In this video, we're going to identify the place value for larger numbers. So place the number, I'm not going to say this number yet, but you can see it has a lot of digits, in the place value chart below and answer the corresponding questions. So notice we have groups of numbers separated by commas. In other countries, they separate them by decimal points. Here we use, or periods, we use them for decimals here, so they're commas. Okay. And notice they're in groups of threes. That helps us not only distinguish what the place value is. If you just had a whole string of digits without the groupings, you couldn't see it, but what it represents in the place value chart. So notice now we have billions, millions, thousands, and ones. Each of these are grouped into ones, tens, and hundreds. Okay. So 10 tens is 100, 10 100s is 1,000, 10 1,000s is 1 10,000, 10 10,000s is 100,000. So basically, when you get to 10 of any quantity, you're going to think of that as one of the next largest place value. Each place value is 10 times as large as the place value to its right. Okay. So to write this in the chart properly, I'm going to notice there are 1, 2, 3, 4 groupings, and notice that's going to fill up this whole chart, and this is going to be our billions grouping. So 261, so 200s, 6 tens, 1 1, and that's billions. So 261 billion, 942 million. Now we have 037. We need that 0 as a placeholder. Okay, we don't put the 3 here and the 7 here because this is showing that we have 0 100,000s, but 3 10,000s and 7 1,000s. And finally, 524. So we've placed this in the chart. Now let's answer the associated questions. And it's good to have a highlighter ready so you could highlight important information. So we're asked to determine the place value for the digit 9, and then we want to write what it represents as a word and a number. So there's 3 things we're going to do here. So first, let's find the 9 in this number. So notice the 9 is located right here. And its place value, it's in the 100 millions column. Okay, so you need to note whether it's in hundreds, tens, or ones. Here, the first example we looked at was only here. Now we also have to look at whether it's thousands, millions, billions, and these can actually go on forever with all sorts of names. So the place value for the digit is the 100 millions. Now we want to write what it represents as a word and a number. Okay. So since it's in the 100 millions place and it's a 9, it represents 900 millions. So let's write that out. So as a word, it is 900 millions. And finally, as a number, the digit may be 9, but this one digit is representing 900 million. So we're just going to look at this and fill the rest with zeros, and that will give us what this represents. So 900 million. Okay, so I kept the 9 in the 100 millions place, and the rest are zeros because that's what this single digit is representing. So maybe this can help you see why this is a really useful and a shorthand for representing these numbers. We certainly wouldn't want to write the expanded form where we added up all these different digits and their place value. Let's look at the next one. Determine the digit. Get a highlighter ready. Determine the digit in the 10,000s place and write what it represents as a word and a number. So here we were given a digit, and here we're given a place value. So the 10,000, so first here's thousands, and here's 10,000s. And notice the digit is a 3. So the digit in the 10,000s place is 3. Now what does that represent as a word? Well, it's 3 10,000s or 30,000. So as a word, we would say this represents 30,000. Okay, so notice I changed that to 30 instead of 3 10s because we use, unlike the hundreds where we would say 900, for 10, 20, 30, 40, etc., we have special names, which you're probably familiar with. And finally, as a number, that one digit 3, just by being in this place, represents 30,000s, which is a 3, followed by 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. Okay. And again, we're going to put these commas in because they help us see how many zeros there are here. Okay, so there's our first 3 zeros, 4 zeros, and we have our 3 in our 10,000s place.